We've all been there. You wait 75 days for your carrots to grow. You pull them up, they look orange and perfect. But when you bite into them, they taste like wood, or worse, soapy and bitter. Why does that happen? At Green Life Zen, we know that bitterness is actually a symptom of stress. When a carrot is fighting for water, fighting off pests, or struggling in poor soil, it produces terpenoids to protect itself. That bitter taste is literally the taste of a stressed-out plant. So, how do we fix it? We give them friends that reduce that stress. Today, I'm showing you the top 7 companions for carrots. We are covering the iron wall defenders that stop rust flies, and the soil conditioners that prevent forking. But we are starting with my favorite group, the flavor enhancers. Yes, planting this one herb next to your crop can scientifically boost the sugar content of your harvest. Let's dig in. Most people companion plant for pest control, but in a Zen garden, we also plant for pleasure. We want the sweetest harvest possible. Our first companion is chives. Carrots and chives are the best of friends. While the science isn't 100% settled on why it happens, generations of gardeners and taste tests confirm that carrots grown near chives have a sweeter flavor and crispier texture. It works perfectly structurally too. Carrots send a deep tap root, straight down. Chives have a shallow, fibrous root system. They occupy completely different levels of the soil apartment, so they never fight for space. Pro tip: I like to plant alternating rows. One row of carrots, one row of chives, one row of carrots. This confuses the pests while boosting the flavor. Next up is a plant often called the plant doctor, chamomile. If you want a truly Zen garden, this is mandatory. German chamomile is amazing because it acts like a nutrient magnet. It accumulates calcium, potassium and sulfur from the soil and makes them available to neighboring plants. Think of chamomile as a calmness generator. It actually helps neighboring plants increase their essential oil production. When planted alongside carrots, this translates directly to better flavor. You don't need a whole row of this. Just dot a few chamomile plants along the edge of your carrot patch. It attracts beneficial wasps, looks beautiful, and ensures your carrots come out tasting like candy, not cardboard. There's nothing more heartbreaking than pulling up a beautiful orange top, only to find the root riddled with black tunnels and rusty scars. That is the work of the carrot rust fly. These pests find your carrots by scent. They cruise low over the soil, looking for that specific carrot perfume. So, to protect our crop, we need to confuse them. We need an iron wall of scent. Our first line of defense is leeks and onions. This is the classic confuse the enemy strategy. The pungent smell of alliums masks the sweet scent of the carrots. It's like trying to smell a single flower in a room full of chopped onions. It's just too overwhelming for the fly. Pro tip: don't just plant one onion at the end of the row. That won't work. The rust fly is persistent. You want to interplant them intimately. Think of it as a chaotic mix. Leeks are great because they have a similar growing season to carrots. They both stay in the ground a long time. Onions work well too, but make sure you don't shade out your carrots. Now, if you have heavy pest pressure, if you lost your crop last year, leeks might not be enough. You need the nuclear option. Enter rosemary and sage. Here's the thing, rosemary and sage are large, woody perennials. You can't exactly plant a giant bush in the middle of your delicate carrot row. It would steal all the water and sunlight. But we don't need the roots of the rosemary, we just need the scent. Here's the Green Life Zen secret. Take clippings from your rosemary or sage bushes, bruise them a little bit with your hands to release the oils. Then, lay them down right between your carrot rows. As the sun hits those drying leaves, they release a powerful cloud of scent that acts as a localized force field. It's simple, it's natural, and it uses what you already have in your garden. No chemicals required. How does this clippings as mulch tip feel? It's a great practical workaround for the fact that rosemary is too big to plant with carrots. We've covered flavor, and we've covered pests above ground, but what about the enemies under the ground? If your carrots come out looking like this little guy, forked, twisted or stunted, you likely have a soil issue. Usually it's either compacted soil or microscopic worms called root knot nematodes. To fight the invisible enemy, we need French marigolds. Now, in the last video, I told you that marigolds are overrated for general pest control, but for nematodes, they are the undisputed champions. Specifically, French marigolds, Tagates patula, produce a chemical in their roots called alpha-terthianol. This is toxic to root knot nematodes. It effectively sterilizes the soil of these pests, creating a safe zone for your carrots to grow straight and smooth. Pro tip: plant a border of French marigolds around the outside of your carrot bed. Think of it as a protective ring. Our next companion is the humble radish. I mentioned this in my previous video, but it's so important for carrots that I have to repeat it. Carrots are slow. They take 2 to 3 weeks just to germinate. By that time, your soil can crust over, trapping the tiny seedlings. Mix a few radish seeds right into your packet of carrot seeds before you sow. Radishes sprout in days. They break the soil crust, marking the row so you know where to water. But the real magic happens when you harvest the radishes. Because radishes grow fast, you harvest them before the carrots need the space. Pulling out the radish bulb naturally cultivates the soil for you, leaving a nice loose hole for the carrot taproot to expand into. It's like having a tiny automated tiller preparing the way for your main crop. Now before you go planting, we need to talk about the family feud. A rookie mistake is thinking that because plants look alike, they will get along. In the garden, the opposite is true. Carrots, parsley, dill, parsnips, and celery are all part of the same botanical family, the umbellifers, Apiaceae. You want to keep these far apart from your carrots. Here is why. Reason number 1, the buffet effect. All of these plants attract the exact same pests. If you plant a row of dill next to a row of carrots, you are essentially setting up a giant neon sign for the carrot rust fly that says, "All you can eat buffet." It makes it impossible for your iron wall companions to mask the scent because the signal is just too strong. Reason number 2. Cross-pollination danger. This is specifically for dill. If you are the type of gardener who likes to save seeds for next year, growing dill and carrots together is a disaster waiting to happen. They can cross-pollinate. If that happens, the seeds you save won't grow into orange sweet carrots next year. They will grow into weird white woody hybrids that taste terrible. Pro tip: if you love dill and parsley, and I do, plant them in a completely different raised bed or in pots on the patio, far away from your carrot patch. So, there you have it. Use chives and chamomile for flavor, use leeks and rosemary clippings for defense. Use marigolds and radishes for soil structure, and keep the dill far, far away. If you do this, you won't just harvest carrots, you'll harvest zen. Now speaking of stress, there is one gardening challenge that causes more anxiety than any other: pests. In the next episode of our masterclass, I'm breaking down the 21 plants that repel pests better than pesticides. You won't believe how these natural defenders protect your garden. See you in the next one.